Hello. Imagine drinking a glass of water that contains traces of chemicals originally designated to kill insects, weeds, or fungi. You may not see them, you may not smell them, but scientists are increasingly detecting pesticides and herbicides in rivers, lakes, groundwater, wastewater, and even drinking water supply. Hello everyone, welcome to Clean Copper Talks. This is our third video on the lecture series of emerging contaminants. So, compounds such as glyphosate, atrazine, chlorpyrifos have become some of the most frequently reported contaminants worldwide. How do these chemicals reach out water resources? What impacts do they have on aquatic organisms and human health? Can conventional wastewater treatment plants remove them effectively? And what advanced technologies are available for their remediation. In today's video, we will discuss what pesticides and herbicides are, their occurrence in environmental samples, concentrations detected globally, human health effects, ecological impacts, analytical methods, and emerging treatment technologies. So stay till the last. Pesticides are chemicals, substances used to control unwanted organisms. These include insects, weeds, fungi, rodents, mites, nematodes. Within pesticides, herbicides specifically target weeds. Pesticides can be classified into insecticides. Examples: chlorpyrifos, malathion, imida, imidacloprid, carbaryl, cypermethrin. Herbicides such as glyphosate, atrazine, 2,4-D, Paraquat, Diuron, Simazine. Fungicides such as carbendazim, azoxystrobin, mancozeb, propiconazole. Rodenticides such as warfarin, bromadiolone. These chemicals are essential for improving agricultural productivity. However, their extensive use has created serious environmental concerns. Why pesticides are considered emerging contaminants? So, many pesticides were designed to be biologically active. This means they can affect living organisms even at very low concentration. Several characteristics make them problematic, such as persistence, toxicity, bioaccumulation, long-range transport, resistance to degradation, mobility in soil, potential endocrine disruption. Some compounds can remain in soil and water for months or even for years. These include atrazine, DDT, lindane, endosulfan. These residues are now frequently detected in environmental samples. This is why pesticides are increasingly categorized as emerging contaminants. What are the sources of pesticides in water and wastewater? How do pesticides enter aquatic system? There can be several pathways, such as agricultural runoff. Rainfall washes pesticides from agricultural fields into rivers and lakes. This is considered the most important source. Leaching can be another source. Highly mobile pesticides migrate through soils, eventually reaching the groundwater. Spray drift: winds can transport pesticides away from target areas, depositing them into surface water. Wastewater discharge: domestic wastewater, industrial wastewater, agricultural processing industries, pesticide manufacturing plants can all contribute to pesticides into wastewater. Improper disposal: unused chemicals, empty containers, accidental spills, landfill leachates can all contribute to pesticides. Urban runoff, such as those from lawns, golf courses, public parks, roadside vegetation management, these all contribute to pesticide contamination. Occurrence in environmental samples. Pesticides have been reported almost everywhere. Surface water concentrations generally vary from nanograms per liter to several microgram per liter. Glyphosate concentration in river has been reported from 0.01 microgram per liter to several hundred of microgram per liter. Groundwater. Atrazine is among the most commonly detected herbicide. Concentrations usually range between 0.01 to 10 microgram per liter. However, hotspots may exhibit higher values. Drinking water. Although treatment processes reduce concentrations, trace amounts are occasionally detected. Several countries regulate individual pesticides at 0.1 microgram per liter and total pesticide concentration at 0.5 microgram per liter in drinking water. Wastewater. Municipal wastewater treatment plants receive pesticides through domestic use, food processing industries, agricultural activities. Influent concentrations commonly range between 10 nanogram per liter to 1000 nanogram per liter. Sediments. Hydrophobic pesticides accumulate in sediments, acting as a long-term pollution reservoir. Soil. Agricultural soils often contain residues from repeated applications. Some compounds may persist for decades. Most frequently detected pesticides worldwide. Several compounds are consistently reported, such as glyphosate, most widely used herbicide globally, used, extens- used extensively in agricultural activities, often associated with genetically modified crops. Atrazine, applied in corn utilization, highly persistent, frequently detected in groundwater, potential endocrine disruptor. Chlorpyrifos, organophosphate insecticide. This has neurotoxic effects and restricted in several countries. Imidacloprid, neonicotinoid insecticide implicated in bee population decline. Paraquat, this is highly toxic herbicide associated with neurological disorders. Diuron, used in agriculture and anti-fouling applications, persistent in aquatic systems. Environmental impact. Pesticides do not only kill pests, they also affect non-target organisms. Fish toxicity, impaired growth, behavioral changes, reproductive abnormalities, and mortality. Algae inhibition, reduced photosynthesis, decreased primary productivity, altered nutrient cycles. Pollinator decline, particularly associated with neonicotinoids, bee populations are highly sensitive. Bioaccumulation, persistent pesticides accumulate in tissues. Biomagnification occurs through food chain, example from water to zooplankton to fishes to birds to humans. Antibiotic resistance. Emerging studies suggest pesticides may contribute indirectly to microbial resistance. Biodiversity loss. Aquatic ecosystem experience altered community structures, reduced species diversity, and ecosystem imbalance. Human health effects. Human exposure occurs through food consumption, drinking water, occasional exposure, inhalation, and dermal contact. Several health concerns have been identified, such as neurotoxicity. Organophosphate pesticides inhibit acetylcholinesterase, affecting nervous system function. Symptoms include headache, dizziness, muscle weakness, cognitive impairment. Endocrine disruption. Certain herbicides interfere with hormones, and it may affect thyroid function, estrogen pathways, reproductive health. Carcinogenicity. Some compounds have been linked to increased cancer risks. Example, lymphoma, leukemia, prostate cancer, breast cancer, although scientific debates continue for certain compounds. Reproductive toxicity. Reduced fertility, developmental abnormalities, pregnancy complications. Oxidative stress, generation of reactive oxygen species, DNA damage, and cellular dysfunction. Chronic exposure concern. Low concentration exposures over many years remains a major research topic. Scientists are increasingly studying cumulative risk Analytical methods for detection. Because pesticides occur at extremely low concentrations, sensitive analytical techniques are required. Sample preparation method includes solid phase extraction, quenchers extraction, liquid-liquid extraction. Analytical instruments include liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry. This is excellent for polar pesticides, glyphosate, neonicotinoids, pharmaceutical compounds, GCMS. This is suitable for volatile pesticides such as organochloride, pyrethroids, organophosphates. Orbitrap mass spectrometry, high resolution identification, suspect screening, non-target analysis. HPLC with UV detector, lower cost alternative, less sensitive, and it is suitable for targeted studies. Removal technologies. Conventional wastewater treatment is often insufficient. Advanced treatment technologies are becoming increasingly important. Activated carbon. Adsorption onto powdered activated carbon, granular activated carbon. This is effective for many hydrophobic pesticides removal. Membrane filtration such as nanofiltration, reverse osmosis, ultrafiltration offer high removal efficiencies for pesticides. Advanced oxidation processes such as ozone UV combined with S2O2, photocatalysis, persulfate activation, photophanton, electrophanton processes, hydroxyl radicals generated in these processes degrade pesticide molecules and convert them into carbon dioxide and water. Biological treatment technologies such as activated sludge process, biofilm reactors, and constructed wetlands utilizing specialized microorganisms also remove pesticides. Photocatalysis: titanium dioxide, graphene oxide, TiO2 composite, ZNO, visible light catalyst can all mineralize pesticides into carbon dioxide and water. Nature-based solution: riparian buffer zones, vegetated wetlands, green infrastructure can reduce reduced agricultural runoff can all contribute to removal of pesticides. The future challenges. Several important challenges remain. Mixture toxicity. The a particular pesticide does not occur independently. The mixture of chemicals occur and therefore a treatment technique which can effectively work on all the compounds is required. Transformation products. Even after destruction of these recalcitrant and persistent compounds, sometimes the transformation products form can also be toxic or even more toxic. Therefore, complete mineralization of these compounds is required. Emerging pesticides for formulations, climate change impacts, monitoring in developing countries, removal of highly persistent compounds, cost-effective technologies, and risk assessment methodologies. The challenges. These are all the future challenges required to completely eliminate pesticides. So, on conclusion, pesticides and herbicides have transformed modern agriculture, but their widespread use has created new environmental challenges. Today, these chemicals are detected in surface water, groundwater, wastewater, drinking water, sediment, and even biological tissues. Protecting water resource requires better monitoring, sustainable agriculture practice, advanced treatment technologies, and responsible chemical management. Because the future of food security should not come at the expense of water security. Thank you for watching Clean Copper Talks. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and let me know in comments which emerging contaminants should we discuss next. See you in next video. Till then, tata, bye bye, take care.